lived through the public housings and have many, many programs which has helped us through and make our dream come true. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you. Oh, thank you very much. Well, I'm going to save you for the last, honey. Kanisha, would you tell us your story?
Wow. You want me to follow that? Okay.
We know yours is just as good. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, my name is Kanisha Rodney. I grew up in housing, in the Housing Authority and housing community projects. I guess we won't call them projects. I grew up, I guess I was born in 79, so I grew up in housing around the 80s, and at the time it was community. You know, we walked to school, we had so much fun, you know, we all knew the rules, you know, you play hard, you play, but when the street lights come on, you go in the house. And everybody was just, you know, it was a community. You knew not to disrespect anybody's parents because they could potentially, you know, get you on your backside. So it was just, you know, a community. But unfortunately, also around that time, around the 80s, crack cocaine was introduced to the community that I particularly lived in. And it was something that was difficult for my family. My mom was a single parent. She had me and my sister, and she just sort of lost focus and sort of went down that track. We did not have to see her go through that. She sent us off to our fathers, but you know, she got herself together. She got her life on track. She had enough college credits to at least obtain an associate's degree, and she was able to find a decent job to where we were out of the housing projects. And you know, so we thought, you know, I'm thinking, yes, that stigma is gone, you know, but I mean, looking back on it, I never knew I was poor. I never knew that I didn't have anything else that anybody else had, because we had love, we were taken care of, we ate well, we were housed, we were warm. So I never knew that until other kids started saying things that I was, you know, any different from anyone else. But so, you know, I grew up, got married, had 2 beautiful children, was just loving life, not even thinking about anything. But 7 years later, my happily ever after ended. And I learned very quickly that I was out of poverty because of his income and not necessarily because anything I was doing. I had the awesome privilege to be able to stay at home with my children and to raise them. And I just didn't know that, okay, well, here I am now, and I'm back in this poverty situation. I got a job. I knew that I had a good job, but I knew that I needed a career. I needed something to be able to give my children the life that I wanted them to have. And so I went back to school. Monday through Friday, I saw my children about 4 hours a day, an hour to get ready for school. I dropped them off at school. I either went to school or to work. And at about 5 o'clock, a little after 5, I would pick them up from daycare. So and then after school, we ate dinner, we did homework, we did baths, and they were in the bed so I could do my homework. And that was our life for a couple of years. It was very difficult. Saturdays, we packed in everything we couldn't do during the week. So grocery shopping and just everything else that couldn't get done. So our Saturdays were pretty taken. And then Sundays, we spent morning service at church and evening service at church, because it was very important for me to give them that foundation as well. So I knew that I finished my associate's degree at Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, and thank you. And I knew that I needed higher education. I called the University of Louisville, which is where I had been accepted, and I asked them if they had single-family housing, and they said, no, we do not. The lady proceeded to give me some of the apartments around campus, and I just knew I couldn't afford it. I knew I needed to go to school full time because I needed my degree fast. I needed to be able to raise my children, without the stress of school and everything. And so she said one thing. She said, well, there is this program. And she only knew the name of it. She didn't know anything else. So I had to get on the computer, and I searched and searched, and I found it. And it was then called Project Women. It's now called the Family Scholar House. And it is an educational program with a housing component to it. And they assist low-income parents in obtaining their bachelor's degree and to obtain the higher education to end the cycle of poverty. So I got on the waiting list. I showed my face. I did everything I could. They don't have a traditional waiting list, which was great. So they just sort of went off of your interest. And I finally did get my housing call. I've been in the program for a year. I've had a 4.0 GPA, 2 consecutive semesters. Thank you. I will graduate in May of 2012 from the Kent School of Social Work at the University of Louisville. And that summer, a couple weeks after I graduate, I'll start my master's program. So I'm very excited. And I know that one of the things that Leslie mentioned, growing up in housing, you learn humility. Very, humbling experience. But also, I learned to be resilient. I learned very well, how to just bounce back and how to, if you want something, you go for it. You pray, you ask God, and He will reveal to you how to get to where you need to be. And that's what happened with me. My kids now they're like, Mommy, we want to do this. They're in Girl Scouts. We have time. The program has really given us our time back and our family, unit back. I go to school full time. I don't have to work, and I'm there for my kids. I'm there at their school. So our quality of life as a family has been increased, and I'm in public housing again, but it's a stepping stone for me to get to where I want to be, and it will be something a platform that I will use to encourage other single parents or anyone living in public housing that, it doesn't make you who you are, and there's no shame in being there, like she said, it's it's not where you're from, but where you're going. And I just want to keep moving forward and showing my daughters, that this is a part of who we are. This is a part of our life. But I'll raise them with the same mentality that I was raised with, to keep moving forward. So I just really want to say thank you for attending this session and for showing your support and listening to our stories.
Thank you, Kanisha. Thank you, Kanisha. As you were talking, I'm seeing my life relived in what you were saying, because I was a single parent too, and believe me, it's hard sometimes. But if you have the foundation, the roots, if you have that, and they were the right it was the right foundation that your family gave you, you survive it. You survive it. You manage to get through what you have to get through, and you've done that.
Thank you.
And God bless you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Now we have Miss Hilda. Miss Hilda, talk to us.
All right. My name is Hilda Sovereign, and I'm from Bowling Green. And you want to hear my story? Well, I married young, and I'm the mother of 6, 4 girls, 2 boys.